So here's the second part on the greatest power that human beings have, and it's the power of expectation. So just a quick review, we talked about the fact that expectations present themselves in two different forms. Outcomes we don't desire, which we call unfavorable outcomes, or outcomes we do desire, which we call favorable outcomes. After this video, you're gonna have a better understanding of how you can use the law of attraction and how this is how it works, okay? We talked about the law of attraction is the law of action. Because when we have the joyful anticipation of an outcome that we desire, it gives us the ability to take action. So an anticipation is an emotion that is created by the expectation of a future favorable outcome. Anxiety is the emotion that's produced by the expectation of an unfavorable future outcome. And that anxiety stops us from taking action, which stops us from doing, being, and having all the things that we want to do, be, and have in our lives. So here's what we got to do to take your life to the next level. If you want your relationships to get better, if you want your business to do better, if you want to have better finances, more money, a better job, or become better in sports, or you want to lose weight, and create that body you desire, it doesn't matter. It all works based on the same principle. So whatever result you're looking for in your life, this is where you're gonna find it, okay? So here it is. How do I make this work? I've got to take inventory of my expectations fast. See, I'm sure you've never heard anyone say this before, but that's okay, but you've got to do it. See, whenever you desire great change or great accomplishment in your life, you really got to ask yourself, what do I really expect this thing? What do I expect to happen? Because when you take inventory of your expectation, that gives you the ability to identify where you are in the process of producing the result. So let's say you desire to start a business. It's like, do you believe that it's necessary for a person to have an MBA just to start a successful business? Well, if you believe that you need an MBA, you're not going to take any action toward that, right? But let's say you desire to lose weight and develop a great physique and you want to be in shape. Well, if your expectation is that working out is painful, and it's so painful that the pain, you're not willing to go through the anticipation of the pain, or working out that's going to keep you from working out, but the anticipation of joy, of eating Krispy Kreme donuts is going to cause you to eat Krispy Kreme donuts. See, we do have, do those things that make us feel good, that makes us feel good about doing them, right? So we got to take inventory of our expectations. So when we have an outcome that we desire that's favorable, we got to match up with our anticipation with that. Okay, so if we got an anxious apprehension of an outcome that we don't desire, we have to replace it with a joyful anticipation of the outcome that we do desire. Now, this is the secret of accomplishment in life. Okay, I know it sounds simplistic, but it's the truth. It's truth that's been hidden in plain sight. I'm gonna replace the anxious apprehension of the outcome that I don't desire with the joyful anticipation of the outcome I do desire. What does that mean? Okay, my alarm clock wasn't set until 6:30, but I got up at 5:30. So I either go back to sleep for an hour or I'm gonna get up. Which one did I do? I thought, I have a lot to do this morning. If I get up now, I have an extra hour to my day. I created some joyful anticipation around that whole idea. Like if I get up, I got an extra hour. I'm going to be empowered, more productive with my work day. I'll probably end an hour earlier. I'm going to get a whole hour more worth of stuff done. I'm going to get a better day because I'm going to feel like I've accomplished more. So I created this joy from anticipation around the idea of getting up at 5:30 when I could have easily gone back to bed and slept at 6:30. So some of you are watching right now, 6:30 is, early, maybe 7:30, but I'm just telling you, I created joyful anticipation around the idea of getting up. But you could have said, well, it's kind of chilly. I'm so sore. I just did back day a few days ago. I could have created anxious apprehension around the idea of getting up. Or let's take it to the next thing. What I did, I need to go, work out. I got time to work out, and right now I've only got 35 minutes. What can I do for 35 minutes? I could do an exercise bike. I can ride for 3.5 miles. I can do an ab workout. That'll give me enough time. So when I think about exercise, if I don't really jump on this, my anxious apprehension will really, get a hold of me. So, and it's not going to be fun, right? So I'm already, I'm going to think I'm already sore because, I did a workout the other day. It's not going to work out. I hate the first mile of biking. It's such a drag. Like, I could have built all this anxious apprehension, right? I could have said, I haven't done any ab work for months. I'm gonna be sore. Build all that anxious apprehension about working out. But instead, I said, what? I'm gonna go ahead and get this bike and ab done. So the next time I go out, I'm not gonna get so tired. I'm working on a project. I'm not gonna get tired. I got this energy. Well, I also said, I also changed my eating habits to some degree. So I created some joyful anticipation around the, idea. When I came back from LA, I gained some weight, a few pounds, so I said, this isn't going to happen for me. So I created a joyful anticipation around doing the thing. I said, I'm going to lay off the carbs for a month. I won't do any carbs. The only carbs I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat fruits and veggies. I really love rice, but rice and what it does to my tummy is not, it's not a good thing. So no carbs, right? So I'm just gonna do a mild workout. And when I think about going down 6 pounds, being 6 pounds lighter, I'm gonna buy myself a couple of dresses and kind of refresh my wardrobe. So now there's some joyful anticipation around the outcome that I desire. So it gives me the ability to work out for the reason not to eat carbs, right? Why? Because of the joyful anticipation of getting the new dresses in my wardrobe and the joyful anticipation of getting down 6 pounds and getting rid of that extra stuff that I've got around the middle that got me excited far more than, eating a sandwich, right? So far more excited than eating dairy-free ice cream sandwich, after I get done. And I relatively eat, healthy. But what's my point is joyful anticipation replaces the anxious apprehension, the outcome that you don't desire to the outcome you do desire. So how do you do that? Well, first, you have to do it consciously. And what I mean, you have to be aware. The reason I'm not taking action right now, because I'm anticipating on the outcome I don't desire. And the reason I'm not making the sales call is because I'm expecting them not to buy. My expectation of them not buying is not an outcome that I desire, so I've got anxiety over making a call because I'm wasting time talking to people who are already not going to buy. So in my mind, I already gone and talked to them. I projected myself into the future. I've already talked to them and they already didn't buy, so I wasted my time, or I created the joyful anticipation that they are going to buy, which causes me to do what? See, if you really expected that you're going to make $4,000 sale or $400 sale, if I go meet this person, talk to them for 30 minutes and I'm going to make that $400 sale, you're really expecting that. How hard would it be for you to go see them, right? Not hard at all. So if you knew you could do 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups today and lose 10 pounds and you wanted to lose weight, wouldn't you do that? Of course you would. So the problem is you don't create enough joyful anticipation around it. So what do you have to do? The first thing you have to do is be conscious. And then secondly, you have to verbalize it. You have to verbalize the experience of the joyful anticipated outcome. In other words, here's how it is to be expressed. Okay, if you have to express it from the future in the present. And here's what I mean by that. Okay, so let's say by June 30th, I want to be 100 pounds. And here's how I express that. Okay, and I do this multiple times a day. And, I'm going to say, I am so happy. I am so thankful that it's now June 30th and I'm now 100 pounds and I get to go out and buy 2 dresses. I'm so happy and grateful that I am now also producing $20,000 a month in revenue. What do? Is you create that expectation in your words, because people talk about speaking things into existence. I'll share my belief with you, and you don't have to believe, but it's my belief and it works to help me produce the results that I produce in my life. I believe the only thing that we can speak into existence is faith. And we have to learn to speak faith or the expectation into existence in the place where doubt used to exist. Do you understand that faith and doubt are both a belief? Or the expectation that the outcome will be unfavorable? So learn to empower your expectation with your words, and you'll produce results like other people only dream about. So I trust that you love this video. Like, comment, share, and I'll see you soon.